Hi friends, and welcome back to another episode of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I'm Seth of the Sickness LPs, here to bring this episode to you, and it's a very special episode because yes, it's our second dungeon, the Goron Mines. For those of you who are wondering what I did before I entered this dungeon, well, basically, if you're wondering how I got here, I went through the door. Oh my god, big surprise. Oh, but you cut away something that we never saw you do. You're not a good LPer, no sirree. Well, let's just say you'll thank me when it's like 39 minutes long instead of 40 minutes long. Anyways, so let's yeah. As you can see, these switches that are too heavy, you can press them down with your iron boots, and they get rid of the fireball blazing things that shoot out of the wall for some reason. What is shooting the fire out of the wall, why they seem to be coated in metal, and why this seems to be man-made, I don't know. Maybe they like guarding their mines with giant fire things. So there's something down there that's spitting rocks, flaming rocks, out at us. So it's not a good thing. You can jump back down there. I'm not quite sure what you can do down there. There seems to be just pots. It's probably just a misleading direction that you can go to if you're dumb. So, in any event, let's just open this chest here, and we've got red rupees. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Here we have a new enemy. They're basically what they look like, little firebugs that if you touch them, you die, and they're not very good at touching you in any way, shape, or form, unless they fall from the sky. As you can see, there are some hanging from the sky, and I tell you, these can get pretty annoying if you're not expecting them. Especially when they hit you back so hard you fall into the lava. Yes, that happens way more times than one would assume. So yeah, as you can see, I still have my shield. I lost my shield in the first like 3 seconds of my practice run of this thing. So I wonder if we'll actually be able to get through it with the shield. Like, it's optional, but I mean, it would be cool to be able to keep the orb. I think we just burned our shield. No, we didn't. Whatever. As you can see, that's exactly what happens. So yeah, these things are on a timer. You gotta remember that, so just... yeah, you're going to want to be kind of quick about it. You can also, if you're wondering how you can get back to the beginning from there, once you climb up that ladder that's right there and you just continue your way up, you can actually just jump by from the top down to the beginning without having to pass those fires. It's hard to explain. Anyways, this is a switch, even though it looks more like a conveniently placed platform, and you activate it by using your iron boots. Yeah, so there's a lot of hidden usages that the iron boots can accomplish in a way, because, you know, it makes you heavier, and you've got to think of it in a very logical sense, because a lot of things, it's like, well, what do I do here? Well, do I have to be heavier? Yeah, so, well, that's just how it works. So you might want to keep that in mind. Because, yes, this dungeon does have a lot of iron boots going on. Oh, and trust me, it gets worse. You'll see what I mean when we get to the horrible blue rocks you see up there. Yeah, so let's just continue on here. First thing, you're going to want to turn this way, because down here there is a chest. And look up there. We can't see it. Well, you can't see it, but there's a locked door. So, a locked door in a room. A small key is definitely not in a chest conveniently placed about 1 staircase away between chests. Yeah, I know, it's way too obvious for its own good. So yeah, you get a small key, not very artistically hidden, like most small keys at this part of the game. I do believe they get better, but, you know, that could just be an illusion I get because they're kind of more well hidden within the same room later in the game. Were all Zelda games like this? I really don't remember. I'm pretty sure there was a time when small keys were actually kind of difficult to get. So yeah, these things, just be reticent of the fact that they switch around like whip, 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 because they are... You know, I'm curious. I'm actually going to look at that. So, okay, not only are these things just randomly floating in the air, but they're also suddenly flipping around for no reason. Well, are they connected on a pole? Oh, they are connected on a pole, but, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is before a time where there was electricity or anything like that, so I'm kind of wondering how they're just connected to a pole randomly and they start turning, but let's just not question it for now. Next we have this room. The next room, that was probably the main room of the dungeon, by the way, if you're wondering, at least what I take to be. There's another dungeon, room in this dungeon that may appear to be a main room, and you know what, you're probably right, this probably wasn't the main room. the other one was, but yeah, because this dungeon seems to have two very important rooms, to say the least. So here we have a new enemy. Basically, like I showed you, just L target, jump around using side and A, and you'll get to its back. It's vulnerable when it's spitting fire, because of course it can't move. So basically, when it's spitting fire, it's totally useless. So yeah, you would think spitting fire would be a pretty cool thing, but no, it makes you basically a useless dumb lizard. So yeah, this is probably dangerous, and getting a little close to the side here. I'm just gonna sidle say, see, this is the skills I have. I can actually survive stuff like that. So yeah, you can do that if ever you somehow are dumb like me and get into the same situation for some reason. These things, remember, these things jet out of the ground. I haven't really made mention to it much, but it's kind of, well, it's just kind of obvious, really. They just sort of jet out of the ground, and you have to time yourself. You can't just jump into them, or else they'll just knock you into the lava. Yes, a lot of things will knock you into the lava, and if you're wondering what knocking into the lava does, it basically restarts you at the last door you came in through, like falling into a pit, if I've ever shown you that, which I have. And, well, it also burns your shield, to my knowledge. So, yes, since your shield's made of wood, it'll burn it. You can't use it anymore. So here, I believe you need to be in your iron boots to use this thing, because it's awfully heavy, and iron boots not only makes you heavier, but somehow gives you strength. Yeah, there's no power bracelets in this game, spoilers, so yeah, it's probably not very well timed. But yeah, there's no power bracelets, so the thing about that is the iron boots kind of replace the power bracelet, so if ever there's something that it looks like, hey, in another game I would need a power bracelet to get through here, you just need the iron boots. And look, I just made that. Skills. Or not, maybe. I'm just, yeah. So, this is another room. Interesting little place. We got more of those weird rocks that seem weird. Yeah, weird rocks are weird, imagine that. And, yeah, so that's basically what they're trying to show you in this room. And they're also trying to show you that there's kind of a top floor to this room. Like, you can actually go higher in the room, because, like, well, it's easier shown later. So the iron boots, another clever little trick you can do with the iron boots is go underwater like this. Yes, the iron boots make you heavy and you sink underwater, and here is what happens when you get sucked up while wearing the iron boots. So, if you're wondering, this is magnetic rock, if it was not obvious by the nice little thundery animation under your boots, and it will make your boots stick to it, so you can literally walk on the ceiling and on the walls when there are magnetic rocks. So obviously you can walk there. But how do you get up there, you might ask? Well, that's a story for another time, aka in like 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, I hope not. It should be like 1 minute. Unless this guy talks till like, I don't know when. So, yeah. We got this guy. Ah, I thought you felt a presence, but I was surprised to find a young human. Word has come to me of you, and if Goron has faith in you, then your heart must be true. I am one of the 4 Goron elders. Goramoto is my name. Yeah, that's actually a play on Miyamoto's name. Yeah, so if you were wondering, it's true. You are a heroic young human. Please, you must lend me this tribe your power. You got a key shard. What is one of the key shards that, when merged together, form the key to the room where Darbus is being held? He is our patriarch, you know. The key is split into 3 pieces. Each of us elders keeps a piece. You must hurry to the other elders. Yeah, so basically, in exchange for us lending them our power, they basically give us a key that, a piece of a key that we will need to do their dirty work. So yeah, what a reward. We get rewarded so that we can do more stuff for them. Yeah, well, at least we get the dungeon map out of this. That's kind of a better reward. Not that he would have ever told us that the dungeon map was placed in the chest behind him. No, that wasn't intended for us. That was intended for some other adventurer coming by and happening on his little room. So yeah, dungeon map there. Remember that? I believe my first I don't know how I missed it, but my first playthrough of this not my first playthrough, but my last playthrough of this dungeon, I actually missed the map. Like, I missed the chest entirely. It was there, like, right in front of me, and I didn't open it. Yeah, I'm observant. So we have another little uku in a pot. Woo, free at last! Gracious, you are a nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we found each other again, let's stick together for a bit, I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, just let me know. We got a Nuko, or rather we were reunited with a Nuko, or Uku, or whatever the hell it is, I really don't care. And yeah, so one thing that really edges me off, he lied to us. He said we would get to meet his son or some crap like that, and, well, I see no son. So yeah, he's a liar, and what's worse is he told us to be nice, so I'm like, okay, I'll be nice just because, you know, I want to meet his son. But no, yeah, freaking Ukos. So anyways, you can't chip those off like spiders with the boomerang. They'll just kind of get stunned, but they'll stick there because for some reason their sticky glands are better than spiders. But luckily, do not worry, you can actually use your sword while inverted or sideways on a wall. So yeah, that's always good. My phone's ringing and I bet the phone's for me, but in any event, let's continue on and pretend that it's not for me. And now we get out here. Interesting place. Well, we got another one of these switches that seems to require the iron boots, and whoa, not expected. So yeah, actually, fun fact of this room. First you're going to want to go this way. Now you're wondering why? Well, simply because there is something we need to get over here. Something very important. Well, it's not that important. You can go through the game without it, but that's not the point. And yes, see, this is exactly what makes this dungeon pretty long. It's, these dumb iron boots on magnetic things, just like you have to walk in the iron boots or else, you know, you won't stick to the ceiling. And we've already established walking with iron boots is very long and tedious. But at least we get a heart piece out of it, so that's always good. This is our, what, a 6th heart piece, which gets us 1 towards the 5. We need to get another heart container. Good stuff. It is the 1 of 2 in the dungeon. Each dungeon in this game, random trivia, has 2 heart pieces, to my knowledge. And I'm pretty sure each dungeon only has 2, unless you count some that are like right outside the dungeon, which is the case in one of the later dungeons known as the Arbiter's Ground. So yeah, here we got more of these things to kill. It's weird because sometimes in certain ways you're kind of holding back on the control stick pad thing. So yeah, you're gonna have to go here next. I'm not sure if this will. No, that won't. It'll keep holding us up unless we let go of the iron boots. Bad camera angle. So yeah, the reason I'm not cutting this out is, well, I guess this is a good time to start all the vlogging and stuff because, you know, it's long and tedious and you don't get much breaks in Zelda because there's always action and there's always stuff to pointlessly point out for no apparent reason. So yeah, how are you guys doing today? I am fine. Today is Friday. I have drum lessons soon, so I kind of got to get this done within a certain amount of time, but I'm sure you can do it. It's not a long dungeon. So yeah, what you guys been playing lately? I have been playing Pokemon White. I can never tell because you know how White has the black legendary and all, and Black has the white legendary, and it's so confusing. But yeah, so basically I caught my Zekrom in that game. It was pretty great actually. I caught it with like three turns it took me. I'm not sure if it was just made easier to catch than any other Pokemon just because you kind of had to fight right after you catch it, or if it was like an automatic catch for some reason. But I literally, like, first of all, I burnt it, which is something you never want to do when trying to catch a Pokemon because, like, you know, the damage per turn will just kill it eventually. But yeah, I literally burned it with my Cofagrigus, and then I used Hex, which does more damage when it's burned, and basically it got it to about 1/4 of its health. It wasn't even in the red, it was still in the yellow. And then I just threw a quick ball, like, out of nowhere, and it caught it. First try, I swear. Yeah, it was pretty great. So if any of you don't care about Pokemon, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'll respect you and stop talking about a game I'm not LPing, because that's the thing, I can't really LP that game because it's on the DS and I can't run emulators without them lagging like crazy. So sadly I have to resort to talking about it when there's nothing else to talk about in an LP of another game. Imagine that. So yeah, we have our little fights with these things here. I could have finishing blowed that one right there. I had the chance to, I did not. Why? Because I'm not very observant until I don't have to be anymore, in which case I'm all ears. Or all eyes, or, yeah, you know. So yeah, pressing this switch, if you didn't notice, we're actually back in the main room, or like the third room of whatever. It's one of the rooms. It's the third room actually. I know this for a fact because, well, I just know because, you know, I'm dumb like that, or smart like that, or I don't know what you would call that, because it is pretty weird to know exactly what room in the dungeon this is. But yeah, we're back in the third room of the dungeon, the main room, and this is how you got further in the room. Like, it may seem overwhelming at first, but really, it's a really linear dungeon in that sense, because even though there's a lot of places you can go in the main room, you can't access them until you went the other place you can access, so yeah, it's pretty linear. And it's actually a pretty short dungeon, too. I believe it's actually shorter than the, at least to me, it was shorter. In my practice run, it was shorter than the, forest temple place, and reason for this, I don't know. In fact, it's actually much shorter. It's just, you know, all those really tedious, magnetic field, iron boot walking things that are really long. Well, yeah, that's kind of what makes it longer than it has to be, sadly. So in this room we have these water jumps. Yes, water jumps. My names are all so great. You know, because they couldn't be water jumpers or water jumping aquas or something that makes sense because it's an adjective or a verb that complements the noun. No, they are literally two nouns stuck together. Aqua jumps. Yes, you know why? Because I don't like making sense. In any event, there's a chest down there. I believe it's not. Actually, it might be a small key. Is it a small key? I'm not sure. I'm almost positive it might be a small key. Now that I think about it, yes, it's a small key. I am the king of Zelda trivia that no one cares about. So yeah, it's a small key, so it actually is necessary. I was pretty sure for a while there that it was going to be some dumb thing. So yeah, up there is where we have to be, because you see it's locked, and everyone knows when there's a locked thing like that, you probably have to go hit the switch. Of course, the boomerang can't hit the switch like in any normal game, although I'm not sure if in most games boomerangs can hit those switches. But yeah, it most certainly cannot. So you're wondering, how will we hit the switch? We have no other means of projectile. Well, you just have to go down underwater, push that block, do the obvious thing, then you get to climb up here. So there's still a long way to go to get there, so you're wondering, how do I do that? Well, there's a switch here, imagine that. And what could this possibly do? Yay! We get more slow walking. Isn't that the most fun part of this dungeon? I'll just cut away till I'm there. Alright, if you didn't see what I just did there because I cut it out, I just walked up there and jumped off from the roof. So you know it's all good. Now you hit this switch. I wonder what this will do. Yeah, this will start a magnetic field up here. Now, you don't want to miss this jump and time it. You want to time it correctly, because or else you have to go all the way back up here. You know, that's never fun, so I believe you just jump off straight from here and put on the arrow boots. Yes, and that gets you up there. And I'm not going to bother cutting this part out, because basically all you have to do is get over here and then just drop yourself off, so... Yes, and what is in this chest? Absolutely nothing of importance but rupees. But I guess rupees are pretty important, because trust me, there's 2 points in this game, actually, where you need tons of rupees. I mean, not to the scale that you needed rupees in Wind Waker, for those of you who are still cringing at the thought of Tingle's little map charting experiences. But, no, you still need tons of rupees, trust me. So, you're going to want to keep the rupees, and especially since you have smaller rupee deposits to make along the way. So yeah, it was on a timer, that switch, so you do want to kind of get there quickly. And fun fact about this, you can actually roll there and like smash into the wall while going up on that particular place. I guess you could call that kind of a glitch or something, I don't know, because mainly you can't roll, obviously, while being magnetized, because, well, I guess it's realistic, because if you did roll, you would fall right off, because the boots would not be touching it anymore. So, now we get a heart piece, and that's good, and, yeah, so down there's still nothing we can do. We seem to have to get through there, but it's locked. So what do? Well, we roll upside down again. Ha ha ha, I'm so skilled. But no, in any event, you just keep walking up in slowly. One thing I don't get, I'm just going to point this out right now. Check, you can take out a sword, you can actually kill enemies, and with like vertical slashes even, and your sword doesn't get magnetized, but yet the magnetic field is so powerful it can literally hold you up there to the point where you can walk on the wall. So wouldn't it magnetize a sword, or is there something I'm not getting here? Physicists, please respond. Yeah. I'm fairly sure I'm correct in saying that doesn't make a nick of sense, but you know, video game logic is not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to be fun, and it probably wouldn't be fun if you lost your sword every time you tried to go through one of those. I don't know, maybe some people would find that fun, but now we can use the key we got in the other room to get in there. Technically, it was still in the same room, so though the key was kind of okayly hidden underwater, it still was not really well hidden at all. So yes, fun times. And we're actually 20 minutes in, and we're actually pretty far in the dungeon. It may not look it, but we've made good progress so far. So, yeah. We're easily halfway through now. And this is what could be the second main room. I say this because it branches out into a lot of more important rooms in the dungeon, so it could be a second main room. Of course, there's a locked door up there, and we're being shot at. No, stop shooting at me. So yeah, the key is over here. I guess if you don't know it's there and you're looking, it could be kind of difficult to find because, well, you know, the chest is kind of camouflaged. It's hidden there, hidden on both sides. Kind of camouflages with the terrain and stuff, but otherwise still not the best hiding spot ever. Don't fall off here, and ta-da, we got ourselves a small key and a locked door. 2 locked doors in a row, how nice. And in this room, we have these spinny things again that kind of don't make sense. Well, they kind of do, but they kind of don't. And here we have a giant spinny thing, yes. So you can fall down there, but all that's really waiting for you down there are, well, aqua jumps. So yeah, so you just gotta run through this, and since you can't make it all the way through without it turning, you just gotta open your iron boots on this little patch of magnetic rock, and when it's done, run for it, oh my god, we made it, yes! Alright, and now we seem to have no way of getting there. I wonder how we get there. Well, we're entering on a circular room, so what may be comprised in this nice room place? Yes, it's another Goron hut, and you actually can't use your swords in here. For some reason it counts as a house inside the dungeon, just a nice little bit of trivia. So if you were wondering why I broke Cuckoo's pot by picking it up as opposed to slashing it, well, yeah, that's why. The young human. I am pleased to see you make it to this far, brother. I am one of the 4 Goron elders. I am called Gorabizo, and if you want trivia of that name, I have no idea what it's supposed to mean. You have heard the plight of our patriarch, otherwise you would not have come to see me. Here, take this, brother. You got a key shard. Yes, yet another fulfilling reward for our deeds. Now, there is one more shard, but seeing as you reminded me of the dangers that line the path to it, well, there is something that may help you. A weapon said to have been left in this mine by a hero of old. Once beyond the price, and so we have protected it through generations. That didn't quite make sense, you senile old man. Stop talking in ways that don't make sense. No, it's not my voice acting, it's you. Shut up, it's you. Now, when our tribe balances on the brink of ruin, it could aid in our salvation. The hero's weapon is stored safely up ahead. Talk to the guard and take it with you with the blessing of the Goron. Okay, yeah, so hero's weapon. It's nice. We must go check what it is. Of course, if you could guess, the hero's weapon is the weapon of the item, weapon/item/thing of the dungeon. So yeah, there's a little treasure chest there that gives you 10 rupees. Nice to know. It's on the way, so I'm picking it up, even though I don't usually go out of my way to get, like, large rupee deposits. You know, if they're right there, you'd be kind of dumb to just pass it up. Ooh, there's a chest in front of me. Let's not get it, because, you know, that's the logical thing to do, right? So yeah, here we now find a way where we can get back to this room and go to that side where we couldn't access before. And it involves more frigging magnetic walking. See you guys once I'm done. Okay, to save time, you can actually just drop off from the edge here, since this platform does go all the way to the wall. So just in case some of you are looking for nice speed running tactics, I guess that could be considered one. And now we have this door here, which leads to the unexplored room where we couldn't go before. So I guess logically, by video game logic, that is where we have to go. Why I had to say logically and logic in the same sentence, I don't know. It's probably not generally a thing you do. So the door locked behind us, and we got a totally new screen when we opened this room. So I guess this only means one thing. Whoa, human!
What business does a human have coming here? No business. This forbidden place. I will protect this treasure from you.
Okay, I think this guy's overreacting a little. You know, I call racism here. Like, what did humans ever do to you? Like, jeez. Yes, this is a mini-boss. Forgive me, I don't know his name. He's basically just some Goron who is obviously bred to just be a weapon. I don't know, he probably just stays in here, because look at him. He's, like, armored all the way through. And the armor is, like, pinned into him. It's like he was bred for this. That's kind of sad. He'll never get to live a normal life. So yeah, here's a nice little myth about him. You can stun him with the boomerang, yes, and you can actually hit him, even though usually he defends like that. You cannot defeat him like this. No matter how many times you hit him, the way to defeat him, it requires you to get a combo hit on him. So doing 2 hits and then him blocking again will never let you defeat him, just so you know. So now he's going to swing his arms like that. I kind of missed my chance there, but I'm just going to stand here for a bit. And when he swings his arm like that, then you can slash him and get that combo in. Once you hit him 4 times, run to the back of this little arena thing and grab him like the other Gorons with the iron boots on. And bam, he gets burned in the butt. And yeah, you're also going to want to run away from the edge when he comes back, because he'll just flop you in somehow. Fun time. So, I'm not quite sure if his health resets when you die like that, because I do remember you have to hit him 3 times from when you die, or at least that's what I had to do in my practice run, because I did die the exact same way in my practice run. Yeah, apparently I don't learn my lessons. And yeah, so, you just wait for him, I suppose. And then when you can get a combo hit on him, do it. Then go to the edge, put on your iron boots, and grab him. And yes, burned in the butt once again. You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt so damn much if you didn't have your frigging, like, what is he wearing? Like, he's wearing a frigging diaper, a bikini bottom or something. See what I did there? If you don't see what I did there, well, that's for you, Supersonic, and referencing your bikini bottom SpongeBob Let's Play. No, that didn't make sense. So, well, sorry if my jokes don't make sense. They're not supposed to. And I kind of messed that up, but I still got it. So, flip backwards. And after this... What the hell? I was literally holding air. I was holding A. I swear it. Oh my god, what was that? Okay, well, I'm glad I got that on camera. It may not be a glitch, but it kind of feels like it. It's pretty weird. So now we get to test my... Jeez, I'm dying. Let's get some pots and stuff. Smoke some weed. It'll keep us from dying. That's Zelda logic. You need pot if you don't want to die. So yeah, enough with the crude drug-related humor there. And let's just stab him a couple times. And we get to test my theory. Does he just need 4 hits to kill, or does he literally need to be thrown in 3 times consecutively without you dying? It appears you really need to hit him 3 times consecutively. So just keep that in mind. You can't fall off, so a good thing is to keep your iron boots on when the thing's tilted so that you don't slip off. Ow, that hurts. Yeah, I still feel pretty pro for that thing I did with the shield there. I basically survived by blocking him with the shield. It's pretty great. It's the first time I actually see a use for the shield in this game, I must say. Well, I guess the shield is kind of useful if you know how to use it. What is wrong with it? Wow. What is wrong with it? Oh, are you serious? Dude, that should totally have made him fall. Well, you'll want him to be around the middle when he rolls, just so that you can actually get him towards the edge by the time he, you know, rolls. I don't know how to say it. I'm running out of things to say it. Whoa, that took 6 combos instead of the average 4. So I guess I'll stop holding A prematurely so that I don't randomly... Yeah, keep your iron boots on at this point so that you don't get thrown into the thing and... Are you kidding? Oh, freak. Well, we're not there yet. Hopefully we don't have to kill him 20,000 times, but if we do, trust me, this will be more cut up than a Super Smash Bros. Melee episode. By the way, for those of you who are wondering, yes, I kind of plan on finishing that LP, but it'll take some time, and like, I have an idea for when I want to finish it, so just stay tuned if you're still waiting for that. I'm sorry. It'll come eventually, and by eventually I mean quite a while from now, easily like a month from now, but it'll come, trust me. So in any event, I have nothing left to say. I've pretty much exhausted all my clever little puns on burning him. I kind of just want you to die. Can you just do that for me? Can you just die? Like, I swear it. And yeah, boom. Finally. Jeez, like how many times did I have to throw that guy into the lava? And he loses one of his armor pieces. That's gotta hurt.
That hurt a lot. Who knew human with such capable feats of strength? Maybe you are going to see the patriarch of our tribe.
What was your first guess? That I was like stealing your secret weapon or something? Well, I guess that's why he's guarding it.
So that is why you are here. In that case, take the weapon of the hero's past. But in exchange, you must save the patriarch of our tribe.
Yeah, so basically this is another instance of them giving us an item specifically so that we can use it to help them. And, like, you know, great rewards, guys. Great rewards you have. Like, jeez. Like, I'm not offended at all. Those are the best rewards one could possibly ask for. Well, I guess at least at this point we get to use the item we get beyond the end of the dungeon. Because, I mean, like, the keys, that's just too much. Like, you don't even get to use that after the end of the dungeon. So, like, it's not even a worthwhile reward in the slightest. But, yeah, whatever. Let's stop complaining. They're doing the best they can. I mean, they're on Goron salaries here. They basically live in the mountain and eat rocks. The Gorons eat rocks. I'm, like, almost positive they eat rocks. In any event, we got the hero's bow. This is a dungeon item, and yes, it is not like one of those bows that just gives you a bow without any arrows. You actually have arrows. I'm not sure if there is a game that gives you a bow without the arrows. I mean, a Zelda game that gives you a bow without the arrows at first. It's probably the first Zelda game. Am I right about that? Like, I really don't know anymore. So, as you can see, that thing's going to try to sneak up on us, but no, I got you first. And we come in a room with these eye statue things, but they're not shooting at us. How odd. Well, basically, I don't know why, but you actually have to go out to this one first and it'll activate. I guess that's like the mastermind statue because it activates all the others. Except it's weird because you'd think after you kill the mastermind statues, all the others would die, but no, these guys just stay awake. So if you stay in the middle, they basically can't hit you, to my knowledge. Like, they'll try. As you can see, he's trying. He's trying his best, but he just can't do it. So, anyways, you're going to want to kill the ones that are hiding, like, openings like this. Not very necessary to get through all the openings, but, like, an example is there's this one where you are going to want to go through because there is an important quest item. Yes, 2 important quest items in the same room. They're getting really unoriginal. But, nah, this is just the compass. Yes, this is, I believe, the last quest item short of the boss key that we need. So basically now all we need is the last key shard and we'll be able to go to the boss, and that's actually not very far. Just pull this one back and you can see there's a chest in that room, and look, a circular room. Awesome stuff. And in this circular room we find another Goron. He looks a little young to be an elder compared to the others, but I guess not. He does look like a bearded old man, I guess. Ah, you are here at last. I heard that you might pay a visit, young human. I am far-sighted in all things. Here you go, the last key shard. Combine all 3 shards. You got a key! Yes, so we got a key. It is a weird key, but that is the big key of this dungeon. If you use that key, you can open the room where Darbus, the tribal patriarch, is being held. Who knows how powerful Darbus is in his new grotesque form, but I suppose I should trust your power considering you came this far. Hurry now, the Patriarch's room. Yes, and he has a chest behind him. Now I'm like positive this chest has nothing important in it, but you know, like I said, it's right in your face, so why wouldn't you go for the 50 rupees? And I mean, I should stop calling rupees unimportant, because they are important, like I said. Later in the game, you're gonna want to have them, trust me. there are people who are equally as stingy as Tingle in that regard. Anyways, you just want to go here and pull back the statue. This will get us into a unexplored room. I believe this is the last unexplored room of the dungeon. So yeah, we actually believe it. Well, no, it's not the last unexplored room, but well, you'll see. Last unexplored room that doesn't lead directly to the boss. So we're actually quite far in the dungeon now. Pretty much done. Yeah, let's just continue on this way. So yeah, this room, tons of those fiery things hanging on the wall. In fact, before you even go further, I suggest you kill them all, and these bats too. They can be pretty annoying. But yeah, an example. Here, you've got some. Here, you've got some. Yeah, you can commend me on my awesome shooting later on. Here, we got some. And there we've got some. And you need to pick off, before you go, you need to pick off the ones that are hanging from the sky there. Because they're hanging above small platforms, and if you jump there, they will all fall at once, leaving no room, and you will literally be thrown into the lava. Automatically. No ifs, ands, or buts. So you can knock out that gate there. Knock off the gate. Yeah. Sounds like we're trying to, like, steal. So you can wait. Actually, these things, well, I was gonna show you until it turned around. They seriously don't want to. I'm out of arrows already. Wow, I had like 30 and I have none. How pro is that? You know you're good when you lose all your arrows immediately, so... At least these lizards seem to be a little, like, high or something. They must be stoned, because they really have no sense of what's going on around them. Oh, look, this guy's hitting my tail. Whatever. I'd rather die than actually do something about it. Yeah, they're basically lazy, or they're at a point where they can't do anything about it. So, jeez, like, there's this locked door here. If you continue on this way, never fear, there is a switch here. And you think this switch is gonna unlock the door, but no, it just randomly traps you in the sky, so you're like, no. So, actually, you're gonna have to drop down, because, this is embarrassing, but I don't have any arrows. Oh my god, that is like what people call the Let's Play curse right there. Like, jeez, I've never done this bad on a run of this dungeon, ever. This is a fairly easy dungeon. I cannot imagine anyone should have as much trouble doing it as I am now. And of course this thing's there, and I was about to walk into it, but no, I'm not that dumb. You can actually just shoot an arrow in its mouth and it'll just die. It's a nice little touch they added, if its mouth is open, to shoot the arrow. So yeah, when you're using your arrow sight, it's kind of weird, because when you use the arrow sight upside down, it actually turns your sight upside right, because, well, the arrow sighting doesn't support being upside down for some reason. So I guess that's a good thing, because it's less confusing, but still, it's kind of odd, because you're upside down, and suddenly, whoa, you're upside right. Let's not dwell on that. You have a little chest here that you can grab. 4 more rupees, like, they just kind of handed them out there. That's what I like about this dungeon, they seem to be handing out rupees a lot. So here we have this thing. Knock it, shoot it down like I showed you earlier. I didn't really make note of it, but you don't have to slash those things down with your sword anymore. You can just shoot them. Shoot the ropes holding them. And now we've got this thing. Bam. So yeah, this thing, now don't make the mistake I keep making in like every playthrough of this. You're where you want to be now. Like, don't keep going this way, it'll just bring you to the beginning. You're in the main room now, and that will bring you back to the beginning of the main room, or to a entrance that you do not want to go in. This is where you're supposed to be. So yeah, now you're crossing, and we have these things. Whoa, whoa, calm down. Stupid things. Yeah, these things actually shoot out of the water at you. You can pin them down off their heads. So right there we got that switch, and though the boomerang could not switch it on, the arrows can. So, you know, you don't have to go through all that walking on the total opposite of sunshine or whatever again. You can just shoot those down. I'm not sure what happens when you kill these things. There don't seem to be a chest. I could imagine they probably drop rupees of some notable sum or something. Or maybe they just stop shooting and don't do a damn thing and just waste 2 of your arrows. Yeah, that's pretty much what they do. So let's just continue into the second main room slash probably main room thing. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so I just... I'll show you just in a bit, because we're getting somewhere. So now we have all these archer dudes. break open these boxes, hopefully for arrows, because, you know, like, that's definitely not what I need right now. Yes, thank you. 20 arrows. Now, these guys, for some reason, the cutscene doesn't trigger until you come through here with arrows, I guess because you can't really do anything about it unless you have the arrows. But, yes, these guys are going to shoot at you, and you've got to pin them off one by one. Oh my god, I actually missed. This is probably the first time I missed. Second time. Third time. Okay, who's going to count how many times I missed in this Let's Play? So, I believe... Is that one of them up there? No, it doesn't seem like it. And I killed him in the face, and there's actually one hiding there, and there are actually a few more, like that one there. There are a few more up there, but I don't believe you can see them at this point. I didn't think so. So yeah, just keep on going here, and this is like double protection here, because A, you have to pull this thing back to actually get back there, and B, you actually have to pull it back so that the door goes down. So don't you think that's kind of redundant protection? It's already blocking the door, so why not just either, well, like, why not just pull it out of the way and go through? Why did they have to put like a door there? I don't know. I guess. So yeah, stay away. Those barrels explode when hit with arrows, or projectiles of any type for that matter. But look, they have a barrel behind them. So basically, if you shoot in that general direction, you can basically automatically kill at least one of those things. And you can actually, a nice touch from this game, I just showed you. When they pin arrows into the ground, the archer enemies, you can actually step over them and take them as arrows. So, good to know. Yeah, we're really closing in on the end of the dungeon here, so, like I said, it's one of those things where, come the end of the dungeon, I really kind of lose sight of anything I could possibly talk about, but there is something I kind of want to discuss at this point. And it's something that really bothers me, and I wish someone would help me out with this. You know what else really bothers me? I forgot a effing heart piece. Oh, how did I miss that? No, wait, I got the 2 heart pieces in this dungeon. I'm almost positive I did. Yeah, I did. I'm just paranoid. For a second, I thought I forgot one of the heart pieces, because, like, I don't know, for the life of me, I couldn't remember, like, getting it. So just jump by here and turn on your iron boots. Get up here, and it will raise you into the air, and prepare your arrows here, or you can just shoot it from here, or something. But, yeah, this thing will drop down, and it's going back. No, I need to get there. Okay, we have to wait through it. Going around again. It'll be coming around the big, fat pillar that makes no sense. It's just kind of there with a bunch of cliffs in the way when she comes. And, yeah, just drop down here. Yeah, and drop down here. So there's this one thing I really want to, like, point out, and I really want someone, if they know how to do it, to post a video response. Like, geez, if, Supersonic, if you have this game, and even if you've beaten it, and you already opened the chest or something, I'd like you to go back in this dungeon and just post a video response, because, like, see, the compass says there's a chest there, and I've actually done 100% runs to the point where I've actually gotten every single chest in the game, or at least every single chest in the dungeon, and for the life of me, I've never been able to get this, so I've never actually gotten all the chests. Like, that chest, I assume it's up there. I don't even know if it's up there. Like, I really don't know where it is. Like, the one I'm staring at right now, if you look at my map, that's the chest I really wish I knew where it was. Because I've never got it, I swear. Never. And it really bugs me. So if Supersonic, or anyone else for that matter, who happens to actually watch all the way through, which is probably not many people, please, just tell me where the chest is. Come on, I really want to know. So yeah, that's just good to know. Not good to know. It would be good if I actually knew, so it's not good to know off the bat. So you have arrows here, and these things will actually come towards you. These things are shooting at me. Yeah, you're gonna want to shoot quick. Ah, look, I shot his arrow right out of the air, and it shot right through them. Yes, I'm that good. Yeah, it's not that hard to be good with the arrows. I mean, it's, well, for instance, it's much easier to aim than the slingshot, which, by the way, has just become basically an obsolete item, because I don't believe you ever need it for anything so long as you have the arrows. And yeah, so that's good. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. I want to see. You might want to stand back, because I'm not sure if this can actually crush you if you're too close to it. No, I didn't think so. So yeah, because it just bridges the lava. So I'm just gonna shoot my way through these guys one by one, just because, you know, that's the cool way to do it. Oops, in the face. Headshot. yeah, alright, so, yeah, that basically does it for this dungeon, and I say that as if I'm gonna end the episode, but of course I'm not. We still have the boss, like, what if I fail a billion times at the boss? I wouldn't put it past me with the way I've been going with that mini-boss. So, yeah, we're going to be heading towards the boss now. Darbus? Yes, this is where Darbus is sealed away. So, I guess, yeah, this is really it. This is the final stretch to the end of this dungeon. Alright, let's do this thing. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's cool or creepy, just when it's all like sleeping and stuff. Oh look, it has another eyeball. Those eyeballs are nothing but trouble. That does not look good. Welcome to the fight against the Twilight Igniter Virus. Oh yeah. So wait, this guy basically, let's just say about him, he's just basically a giant fire dude who blows things up, and he's kind of burning his skin right there. It looks like it anyways. It's kind of very odd. So there's one thing I don't get, and there seems to be one thing that doesn't make sense about all these bosses if you didn't notice, but I'll just talk to Midna first.
Hey, did you see his forehead? I'm sensing more powerful magic coming out from that shining spot in his forehead.
No shit, and you told us that to waste the time we could have used to run away from his fire blast? Okay, so I'm just gonna go, I'm not even sure if this is out of range. Yeah, I think it is. So you can actually go here and, oh shit, this probably isn't out of range. Ah, my god, okay, that's not good. But that's not out of range, so I'm just gonna run around while I talk about this. So, he broke out, we all saw him, he just lit up and broke out of those chains, right? Well, what I don't get is how they trapped him in the first place, because I mean, he could have easily just broke out of those chains, and if you could break out of those chains, then assumes that he, well, I'm not saying that I assume that he could break through this door here, but I mean, if he could have broke out of the chains, why wouldn't he have broken out? Like, yeah, at least he could have slept more comfortably, like, jeez. So anyways, lights emanating from his forehead. Yeah, let's shoot it in the forehead. So while it's being all spazzing out because you shot it, you can put on your iron boots and grab the chain from its leg. And if you pull it back while it's walking the opposite direction, you trip it. Yes, you basically get your chance to trip a giant monster. And now the epic victory music plays. Yeah, I don't know, but I just love the music that plays when the bosses are vulnerable in this game. Like, you know how they all get vulnerable and then you can actually, like, hear this music that they play? I don't know, it's just pretty great. So, basically that's all there is to it. He might change his attack patterns, but you could actually conceivably not give him a chance to do anything with his attack patterns. He does walk faster, I think, though, in his little piss-off form. Or at least it may seem like it, so it's going to be kind of tougher to trip him. But otherwise, you can actually give him no chance to attack whatsoever. And bam, your face was smashed into a pillar, but of course that doesn't do damage. Like, our little sword does damage to the big rock face, but, you know, smashing into an equally hard rock pillar, nah, that doesn't do anything. Are you kidding? Like, that's not how you kill bosses in Zelda. Though I guess some, well, I don't know. I guess the sword can be mightier than the rock, at times, ish. Not really. I don't know who would ever believe that. It must be a pretty damn small rock. So yeah, while it's freaking out here, it's the best time to do it if you don't want to be chasing after it. So now we pull its leg. Get it? We're pulling its leg. If you don't get it, that's an expression. Not that I don't understand how you get it, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty commonly known expression. But if not, well, we just hit it in the face once again, and its eyeball is spitting tears of lava. You know you're epic when you cry lava, you know. So I guess this guy really knows he's epic. So, look, another thing I don't get. Clearly there is no Goron in there. Like, you can actually see through its body. And yet, it just kind of solidifies, or not, it doesn't even solidify, it's just kind of there. Or, what does it do again? I forget. Yeah, it just kind of explodes and then it transforms into a Goron. But I guess it doesn't make sense because that can actually be blamed on magic as opposed to the fact that it didn't get out of its chains when it could have. That's probably the more or less sensible thing. I don't know, I enjoy pointing out things that don't make sense because evidently they don't make sense.
Well done. Now we have 2 fused shadows. You know, you've been very helpful so far. So as a reward, I'll tell you an interesting story. Zant.
Wow, great story! I'm impressed.
That's the name of the King of Darkness who casts his pall of shadows over the world.
Bugface! Okay, well, I guess if his real name is Zant, then at least it beats King of Darkness, so we'll go with Zant. I like Bugface better, but whatever.
He's very strong. You would be nothing to him in your current state. But Zant will never be my king. I have nothing but scorn for his supposed strength. Not that your Zelda is much better.
Hey, what did you say about my Zelda? No, I'm just kidding.
It still appalls me that this world of light is controlled by that princess. A carefree youth. A life of luxury. How does that teach duty?
And you have the ability to float around and make people jet into the sky with rocket boots. And no, you have no responsibility required on that part.
But I guess I shouldn't begrudge her the circumstances of her life. She didn't choose it after all, and I would never wish harm on her. No, as long as I get my hands on the fused shadows, I'll be just fine.
Who says I'm giving them to you? They're my fused shadows. I worked for them.
Well, just one more left, shall we?
Yeah, well, just one more fused shadow left. We're making good progress in this game. We've got rid of Darbus. So, interesting thing. You got a heart piece here, of course, as usual. Marks the end of the dungeon. Gives you a full heart piece. What am I talking about? It's a heart container. So you can actually speak to Darbus once you knock him down. Not necessary. I'm pretty sure it doesn't give you anything. If anything, he'll drop heart cookies for no apparent reason. Ugh. Huh? What am I doing here? Ugh, my head, it aches. Yeah, so he's basically having his little Twilight bug eyeball hangover. You know, he's feeling like anyone would if you had your third eye ripped out. Metaphorically speaking.
Want to go outside? Are you all done here?
You know what? I think we are done here. I think we are done with this dungeon, and I think we have made good time, even though it still took about as long as our other dungeon. But if I cut out all the stuff that I'm planning on cutting out, it'll probably go down to 50 minutes approximately, which I do believe is less than 51 minutes. So they're equally as long-ish, kind of. So I guess I do want to save. Like, I mean, who wouldn't? Kind of makes sense that I would want to. Like, I beat the dungeon after all. Like, that's reason to celebrate, is it not? See you guys later.